That's such an old... Have you seen Penny and Stocking?
Yes.
Okay. You haven't seen Gurren Lagann.
But you haven't seen Gurren Lagann.
But you've seen Penny and Stocking.
I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've
Okay.
watched a few episodes and I thought it was funny.
Well, the ending of it is they set it up for a sequel like that everybody wanted, and then it sold poorly in Japan. And should we just like say the intro to the show already? We're like 3 minutes.
No, finish your thought.
Okay. Yeah. Penny and Stocking didn't sell well in Japan, so they were like, yeah, it sucks. And then they gave it to Americans for real cheap to dub, and then Americans loved it and made its money back.
I think we were able...
Whoa. Now we do the introduction.
Okay. All right. Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's really what we need.
We needed a period on that sentence.
Yeah, that's right.
We're a grammatical podcast.
That was definitely a paragraph and not a sentence. But you're right. You're right.
we needed a end note.
Okay.
To end on.
Hell yeah. Patrick, play a note for us to end on right now. There you go. There's the ending
That's
note.
been the AnythingCast.
That's it. The show's over. Welcome to AnythingCast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Eric.
I'm Will.
And what were we talking about? Is Studio Trigger?
Yeah.
What else have they done? So there's like Gurren Lagann, which I'm familiar with. Panty and Stocking, which I've actually seen.
Think of anything that looks like Panty and Stocking.
But has a shitty story.
Or
Milk-chan? No, that's probably the same people who do Shin-chan,
Eureka
isn't
9.
Eureka 7.
Eureka 7.
That's Bones.
That's
That's Bones again.
Man,
yeah.
I just see Bones stuff, and I don't recognize this. Bones.
Bones did Full Metal Alchemist. They did the first Full Metal Alchemist. They did Soul Eater, and they did Eureka 7.
Yeah,
those are like their big things that they did.
They got anything else?
Yes, but I can't name them all.
They Mob Psycho 100.
No, that's
the same studio that's doing One Punch Man.
Yeah, that's fucking, what is the name of that studio? Is it just one studio? No, one's the artist. It's that's Madhouse. It's Madhouse.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, it's Madhouse.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They also did
One Punch Man.
Hellsing.
Yeah, they did Hellsing Ultimate.
Not the original.
They pick up the fucking slack from Sunrise. That's their job.
Was Sunrise the ones who did the original Hellsing, or
no? They do Gundam. The original Hellsing. Is that Aniplex?
Oh, it could be Aniplex. Yeah,
Aniplex. Like, I don't know why Aniplex. Like, because I remember the Aniplex, and I remember that being at the beginning of every Full Metal Alchemist. But Full Metal Alchemist is Studio Bones. So is Aniplex like the voice people or something?
That's a good question.
What was that studio that got burned down? And why hasn't that happened again?
Gainax?
No, I wish.
Down?
No, well, that
Gainax burned down.
Yeah,
interior
in a different way. They kind of fell apart. Gainax made Evangelion. Will. Yeah.
They made. Are they also the ones who made Paranoia Agent? Or is that someone else?
I want to say that's
like
Madhouse.
You've told me
the
history of...
And I know how that sounds. But Trigger and Madhouse have a very specific Pantone black that they use for shadows.
Okay.
You can always tell it's them.
Interesting.
Also, they have a lot of black guys that animate it. But
I remember you telling me about the history of Gygax Studio.
Gynax.
Gygax is the guy who made D&D. Gynax is the studio.
Gynax Studio.
I could have told you about the history of either of them.
And
it's a pretty interesting story.
Knowing what little I know about their history, I understand how they would just fall apart.
Yeah.
They were already falling apart. They made the one good thing that put a bunch of money in their pockets, and then they fell apart.
Yeah, basically, because nobody in the fucking studio liked each other.
I was about to say, it doesn't sound like
other.
anything was fixed. They just got lucky.
Yeah, they made money.
And that was what kept them going for a little bit longer.
A1 Pictures bought them, I think. So now A1 Pictures owns Evangelion.
Was that a good or bad thing?
A1 Pictures does some good stuff. They're not like super shitty. They're like the very, very middle of the road, kind of like Sunrise is, where they occasionally make something really good. So Sunrise makes all the Gundam stuff, and sometimes they make Code Geass.
So let's argue about this.
Didn't Sunrise make Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop?
Sunrise did make Cowboy Bebop. I don't know if they made Samurai Champloo.
I'm fairly certain Samurai. I know Samurai Champloo had the same creator.
Let's argue about this.
Okay.
I still think that Trigger does make, like, again, their animation beautiful in my opinion. Shitty stories. Terrible stories most of the time.
Most of the time, absolutely, yeah.
I haven't seen enough of their work to like give
you
it
say
a
Sunrise?
strong...
No, it's Trigger.
Oh, Trigger?
Most of the time, I don't like their stories.
Yeah, I mean, their stories are like they don't care.
Yeah,
they don't care. They don't care
about
what the story is.
No,
yeah.
that's my problem. Is they don't care about the story.
No, they're a studio that is based around making a spectacle.
Yes,
that's what they do. They don't give a shit.
Well, it's like Panty and Stocking didn't have like a complicated, overarching story.
Like,
it just had funny scenarios.
To me, their best story is Gurren Lagann, and it's okay. It's an okay story.
And I don't I'm only familiar with the spectacle of Gurren Lagann.
It's weird.
and
That's
the fact
so
that it's
weird
like-
to me that you're as old as you are and you haven't seen Gurren Lagann because you've had so much time to watch it. And it's been like everybody's like third favorite anime for 20 years.
Yeah.
Well,
It came out in 2003 or something,
like,
dude.
like something has to like hit a spark for me to like want to go out of my way to see it. A lot of anime I used to watch was just because it was paired up right next to other anime on Adult Swim. Initially,
yeah, they didn't do that.
and then later on I started looking into my own things, and that's when I discovered like I'd hear about something on Toonami or Adult Swim first.
They didn't put Gurren Lagann on Toonami, right?
No,
Like,
they did a
no.
little bit.
Did they?
A little bit.
If
'Cause,
they
like-
did, I never saw it there.
Yeah, I think you were
But
too. You
I
were
was too
probably
old
too
at
old.
that point.
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, it was later, but they did, I believe.
Past about like 2011, I never watched network TV really.
Yeah, because like
After
who?
that.
Yeah, because who fucking has it? Like no one. When I go to a hotel, I find it refreshing that I can watch television.
I enjoy commercials
Yeah.
briefly
Yeah,
when I
isn't
watch
that
network
weird?
television.
Isn't that
because
weird? Like now you get to watch TV and you're like, you know what? I kind of remember this from my childhood,
Also,
and it's
it's
kind of
nostalgic,
comforting.
yeah.
Isn't it also weird though that you'll watch and you're like you mentioned liking commercials a little bit, and I feel the same way. And like I kind of feel like commercials are almost a mini zeitgeist of what's happening.
Not only are they that to a certain extent, something I found out in my later years about commercials when you're watching network television is switch to a channel you like, okay? All right, start watching the show. Now watch the commercials. Congratulations. Now you know the demographic of everybody else who's
Yes.
watching these commercials.
Yeah.
You're on History Channel. What is it? It's life insurance.
And
it's old
conspiracy
people
theories.
medicine and gold coins with Trump's face on them that cost
Yeah.
$20 a pop and are totally worth $100. It's a great investment, I promise.
Yeah.
You know,
get on
that's-
Cartoon Network and it's small children playing with Play-Dohs, the new Hot Wheels cars, and then like
And then it gets past like 7 or 8 o'clock, and it's like commercials for like new video games. It's PG-13 plus like movies.
Girls Gone Wild.
That's past midnight.
That's
That
true. But
actually went-
goddamn, what an age it was.
That was-
goddamn, what a beautiful year.
I don't know if they still. They must have sex commercials of some sort.
Yeah, they do.
these days.
Yeah.
But Girls Gone Wild's been dead
How
for a
old are
while.
you?
That went super out of
How old are
business.
you?
35.
47?
35.
40. Okay, so
53.
you're 3 years older than me. So
I'll be
you were
36
15
in
or
March.
16 when Girls Gone Wild was like a thing that was showing every night.
Yes.
Okay, because I remember being like 12,
God.
and I was like, God damn, hell yeah,
You guys
brother.
remember like moving your head around trying to get past the censor bar?
Yes, absolutely.
It's called
100%.
scrambled porn, sir.
Yeah.
And you could mess with the settings on the TV a little bit, and if you were lucky, the audio would come out normal. So then, you could kind of like see what they were doing back there, and you could hear it. And
So the studio that made Samurai Champloo doesn't exist anymore, and they were called Monglobe, and which was formed by Sunrise Producers.
okay, there we
And
go.
then they filed for bankruptcy in 2015.
So basically, they made that and like one or two other things, and then
Tell
died.
me, Eric, what do you think is the most memorable part of Samurai Champloo for people? Like out of everything, what do you think
Fighting
people?
the samurai who smelled like sunflower oil.
That I seriously doubt is the most memorable part for most
visually,
people.
what's the most visually like thing that you just remember?
Probably,
The samurai who smelled like sunflower.
Yeah, he was hot. You're
probably
right.
just the fights between Mugen and Jean.
For me, it's the opening, dude.
I thought.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah.
The opening.
I was about to say, the
you
most
want to know who
memorable
made that
thing-
opening? Fucking Madhouse. Apparently, Madhouse made the opening and only the opening.
Well,
they
that
don't
opening
miss,
is
Eric.
fire.
I
That
thought,
opening is
The
fucking
thing
fire.
everyone remembers from Samurai Champloo was the music.
Yeah, well, he's dead.
music
dude,
of the opening.
That's so
Hit by a
sad.
bus, right?
I know. Like, dude.
Hit by a bus?
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. No, he parked in a parking garage. He walked out of the parking garage and went to go out onto the sidewalk and immediately got hit by a bus and got killed.
Final Destination style.
Literal Final Like if you were watching him from the car, it would have just been him one step onto the street and then just plow. He got isekai'd in real life, dude. That's
was
what
too
happened.
powerful.
He was, New Jobbies, I think is his
Yeah.
name.
My
New
life in a
James.
new world as a musician.
He's such a my life in a new world as a trance musician. Like how do you like?
My life in a new world as a former Japanese animation musician. You have to make it overly long and complicated.
That's right. Yeah, God,
That's how isekai titles work.
Dude, I hate it.
Yeah,
I'm getting. It's getting to the
isekai,
point to
Dave.
where it's ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
It's getting to the point to where like some of them have like no joke like 25 words.
Me and my friends who had a podcast in the real world, and then I got hit by a bus with my figurines, got transported to a new world where now I became the king.
Yeah, starting a podcast in a new world. Why has that not been made yet?
I know. Yeah.
3 idiots start a podcast in a new world.
Probably because they can't figure out how to do like the One Piece version of fantasy tech.
We should all go get hit by a bus together.
Nothing else after that.
Yeah, holding hands with microphones and the headphones on. Just be like, here it goes, boys. We're going away. We're going to a new world.
Do you think you can ad-lib a long isekai title?
All right.
Say some days, some nights,
some live, some die
in the way of the samurai.
Learning a katana, learning how to use a katana while exploring a dungeon and finding a lot of girls who sometimes turn into vending machines, but only at night and if you kiss them.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
How's
That's
that?
pretty good.
All right.
Wow.
I'd see that. I'd watch an episode of that.
Of course, yeah, of course. You'd be like, what the fuck? That's how it works. That's really how it works. It must be people like flipping through it and being like, what the fuck does that say? You have to know what that is.
How else do you start watching?
Isekai watchers are just like,
really,
like drool dribbling out of their mouths. Fucking, they don't think about shit. They look at the title, go, yeah, that's a sentence. And
yeah, I like how you say that as a guy, like one of the guys I know who watches the most isekai.
He knows what.
He knows
I know what the audience is.
I know the demographic.
I know that guy. He's me.
That's what channel would they have isekai commercials on?
God.
BET.
To be fair,
sorry,
black people are
That's what I'm
pretty
saying.
fucking into
That's what I'm
anime.
saying. Like,
they
it would
really
work.
are, generally speaking.
It would work. You could put on, if I guarantee you at some point on BET, the Dragon Ball Z Kai commercial ran.
I gotta be honest.
yeah.
I don't know if the black people who are into anime watch BET, because the only people who I know who watch BET are white people and like old black women.
Old black women?
The only people I know.
I don't think young black people watch TV, so that's a bit of a,
yeah, kind of like
self-fulfilling
us,
prophecy,
right?
huh?
Like,
have you guys watched Cartoon Network recently?
No.
I don't blame you, first off, but like
Isn't
during the
it just
day,
Teen Titans Go?
It's
or was
only
that like
Teen
5 years ago?
that was a couple of years ago.
I'm
Now it's
not-
only Teen Titans Go and Gumball, just repeated
Oh, I
ad
like
nauseum.
Gumball.
I mean, at one point, in fairness, I think it was just Ed, Ed, and Eddie and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Was it really just Courage the Cowardly Dog?
And Ed,
surely
Ed, and
like
Eddie.
Dexter's Lab or something. You can slap something in there that mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Give me
Cow
something
and
to jack
Chicken.
off to. Show me the mom from Dexter's Lab.
Yeah,
I
but
Am
like,
Weasel.
That went on Boomerang after
That
a while.
baboon with his big red butt.
Yeah, but like that went to Boomerang after a while.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, everything on Cartoon Network goes to Boomerang after
That's
like 10 or
not
15 years.
necessarily
they're owned
true.
by Hanna.
Hanna-Barbera.
I don't know. I
No, they
almost
own
choked
Hanna-Barbera.
trying to say Hanna-Barbera. They're the worst
William
fucking
Hanna and
company.
Joseph
in
Her
the
name
world.
is
Barbera.
cursed by the Cartoon
Yeah.
Network executives.
It's not a her. It was 2 men.
Yeah,
It was
it's
2 men.
Joseph
It was like-
Han-
Is that
Hanna-
just is that propaganda that it was a she?
No.
No.
No one's
Well, I'm
ever said
confused.
No
it's a
one's
she.
ever thought that
Those
it
are
was a
their
she.
last names.
Wait, did you just think she looked like the woman from
I just-
Powerpuff Girls who worked in the
Joseph
mayor's
Hanna
office?
and
No,
Like,
I thought
William
Hanna-Barbera was like a
Barbera.
lady who made it.
No,
Nah.
Joseph Hanna and William Barbera.
Oh, I
it's
never
like
knew.
the fucking circus. The fucking Wallace and Gromit. Is that the circus?
What?
Huh?
What's the circus?
What are you
What
got
talking
the,
circus?
about?
the
What are you
guy's
talking
got
about?
like the 2 names.
What?
I'm sorry.
Wallace
you
and
really- you
Gromit's the
guys-
claymation thing
Oh,
from the
yeah,
UK.
yeah, no. You guys are looking at me. You're making me nervous now because now I feel like an idiot.
The
What are you talking about, you idiot?
It was like Barnum and
Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah, it's like that. It was
Wow.
like just 2 dudes'
I don't
last
know
names.
Who Barnum and Bailey is?
That's
Barnum
true.
and
You're
Bailey
like a Gen
circuses.
Z, Gen Alpha.
I've never been to a
I mean-
circus.
I mean, we should make the joke constantly.
Tell me one person you know that's been to a circus.
Literally only my parents.
No,
No, I've never been to
one?
a circus. No, I've never been to a circus.
Oh.
Ringling Brothers doesn't exist anymore.
I've never been to a single circus in my life.
Would you go to a circus?
I don't know. Maybe. I guess.
You like watching animals get abused?
No.
Well,
Well,
then you're
modern
probably gonna
circuses
have
don't really do that anymore. That's why they're going out of business.
That's what I was gonna say. Well, it kind of requires
Well,
it.
it's expensive to ethically contain an elephant,
Also,
so
I mean,
it
that's
you know,
where
kills your revenue.
Also, that's where we differ, Will. That's what the enjoyment I get out of the
I've already
circus. I'm
explained to
sitting
you
up
why
there.
I think you don't like, or why I think you don't care about animals.
I'm sitting up there in the stalls, and I'm like, yes, whip the tiger.
Yeah,
Heard it.
I've already.
I'm like jacking off over my pants, watching the guy like whip the tiger, make it jump through fiery hoops.
I know about your
Teach that
childhood.
pussy who's boss.
I know how many times your family beat on tigers and lions.
You're right. That guy that
witches and
the guy that raped
their
me.
wardrobes.
The guy that raped me was shoving D-sized batteries
Tony
in my
the Tiger,
ass.
in fact.
Yeah, yes, it was.
He was dressed as Tony the Tiger.
It was actually 2 men. It was Barnum and Bailey. I was out there in the circus, and they were like, "We can fit 2 D-sized batteries in this 8-year-old boy's ass." Now watch in amazement.
One of them was dressed like Tony the Tiger. The other one was dressed like Aslan from Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
One was dressed like the Cowardly Lion.
Okay, so I guess there was a third man there who was also dressed like a lion.
That was the clown guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the clown, of course. That's implied to be there at all times.
That's what his job is, dude.
I mean, when I have sex, there's a clown in my room. It's me.
We already been over
I'm the clown.
Yeah, that's true. Dude. Damn it, I wanted to make a joke about your wife being short, but it's too mean.
Now, it'd be one thing if she had like foot long feet, incredibly long floppy feet or something. But
it's funny because then it's like you get the clown and the midget to fuck each other. It's like the real circus.
Or no, how much of me can I fit in the clown car? Yeah, I could see maybe some jokes there, possibly.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Definitely a clown car situation
to her face
there.
from now on. I'm gonna call her the clown car. The town clown.
I guess that
car.
suggests that I'm really, really big.
Yeah,
but
we've already been over this. You're huge. She's small. It probably rules. That probably does rule. You can
it's
probably
not bad.
Yeah, like you can like pick her up and do all sorts of shit.
I mean, it's been going strong for the better part of 6 years or so
Be
now.
like
so
fucking a goblin, and you know how people are into that on the internet. People already love that.
Okay, not the first thing I would go.
Like
for,
they're short, like a little goblin, you know, or
that is
I said the wrong
a
thing.
Little thing, like a little thing, goblin energy.
Halfling.
Yeah.
Halflings. Yeah, it'd be like fucking a halfling, which I know was was always your dream. You watched Lord of the Rings as a child. You were like that. Rosie really does it for me. It
was always you, Rosie.
That's why you started calling yourself Sam in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
As I famously was called Sam all through high school. Yeah.
Stop the presses. Stop the presses.
No, we're riffing good over here. Just crushing about Eric's wife being short. Go ahead. This is real good content.
New Orleans attacker used meta glasses to record the Bourbon Street rampage.
Oh,
cool.
Dude, really?
Yeah.
That kind of rules. I want those.
Yeah,
I want those fucking. I want those. Like, you remember Google Glass was going to be a thing?
Apple pulled their thing. Apple pulled their VR glasses.
Oh.
They did?
Like,
Why?
Yeah. I was thinking like a whole different
because it was $1,300.
Oh, that's a good reason.
Makes sense. You remember Google Glass and how hyped you were for Google Glass?
I don't remember the second part of that sentence, but I do
really?
remember
You
them
weren't
coming
hyped
out.
for Google Glass?
It looks like shit, and we knew it was going to be shit. I don't know why you were hyped for it.
Because I like
do you
the
get hyped
Cybertruck.
for new video games that come out?
Do you
Do you pre-order video games?
Do you not want the scouting tech from DBZ?
Yeah, I do, but I'm not stupid enough to think that's what that was going to be.
All right.
You're telling me that I couldn't look at people and tell their power level with the Google Glass? That was
I don't
the only
even
thing
think
I wanted.
that that's being cynical. Thinking that was going to be a DBZ scouter just means that you're delusional.
I bet you I could reprogram it to be a DBZ scouter.
Yeah, in 10 years with like way better tech and shit, maybe.
Damn, aren't you just a goddamn negative Nancy?
You know what?
All of that tech is gimmicky at best right now.
The scouter is
best.
gimmicky.
Right,
It does one
everything's
thing,
gimmicky. What
and
do
I
you
still
mean?
want it.
Okay, if everything's gimmicky, then words just don't mean anything anymore.
It's true.
Then. We're just not gonna qualify things
That's
with
the
words.
real reality of life, Eric. Nothing means anything, and everything is pointless.
Yeah, I mean, what's the
That
point?
got Will. That got him. You just distract yourselves with meaningless nonsense, and then you die. That's all life is.
Gimmicky meaning that it's shallow and doesn't, provide much depth or importance past the first little bit. Like, yeah, it can do this one thing that's new and interesting, kind of.
I wanted to revive the joke I made I wanted to revive the joke from last episode that I'm probably gonna have to bleep. What else is shallow?
His podcast.
Yeah, this podcast is childish.
Oh, are we gimmicky?
Oh,
are
dude,
we
absolutely.
We are,
podcast?
we are a
100%.
gimmick. We are we aren't even a flash in the pan type
No,
of gimmick.
dude, we don't even have an audience.
We don't even have like a single gimmick. We need to find a gimmick.
Have
and
you seen? I
stick
haven't
with
showed
it.
you guys. Spotify is like showing us to people now,
Oh, cool.
and they've been doing that since like December. So we're actually growing,
Oh, neat.
which was really bad, which made it really bad for us to take a week off actually, because it fucking nosedived
Oh.
the moment we did that. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's what happens in the basically in all social media now.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do anything worth of growing an audience, you take a single day off.
by the way, I replaced the Heineken with a Folgers thing,
Oh, okay.
and I put another 20 in there.
Did you break it?
Yes.
I mean, I don't guess there was a easy way to get that
No,
shit out of there.
actually,
otherwise.
yes. I put it over my trash can and I broke it, and then I realized my trash can is in my kitchen, and I stepped on it later and just bled all over my kitchen.
You stupid son of a bitch.
I was like,
Stupid
and I was
bitch.
like, why? Like, my wife was right behind me. I was like, why didn't she stop me? Obviously, I'm in here doing something retarded, and she's way smarter than me when it comes to like common sense.
Anytime I hear glass break in the house, I usually stop what I'm doing and go there because no
It's a
one
dog.
ever.
Every
no,
time.
it's never a dog. But
It's always your brother. It's
no one
it's always
ever-
your older brother.
no one ever remembers the most important thing about glass breaking in your house.
What's that?
Okay.
Get rid of it and sweep it up.
Well, kinda. That's what you need to do, but you need a little piece of knowledge to do that effectively.
What's that?
Glass doesn't just crumble and break; it explodes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it goes everywhere.
Yeah, it's the way that it's bound up like that. When it hits the ground like that, parts of it are gonna fly.
Yeah. for
So
real.
you need to look at the mess, and then add 6 feet around that and sweep that entire
pretty
area.
much, yeah. That was pretty much
Because-
how it was. I mean, there was a piece of glass like next to my sink, and I
Yeah.
stepped on that. And I
If
was like,
you
Jesus.
do not clean every area like within a 6-foot radius of the edge of the visible bit of glass, you will have a bloody
Speaking
foot
of
later.
glass breaking, you ever had somebody break into your house,
No.
broke a window, and like get in your house and shit?
Nope.
What
Yeah.
about you, Will?
Who cares? Star Wars child actor Jake Lloyd. Sorry, what were you saying?
No. Go ahead. It's really not that important.
Were you talking
This
about breaking
child-
into somebody's house?
Well, I mean,
Did
like,
Jake Lloyd break into your house when you were young?
I was gonna say, I was
No,
gonna
he
say,
was in a bad place mentally. He might have.
He was just like, oh, you hate my performance, huh? I hate your fucking shit in your house.
You just hear
How
glass
about I shit in your fucking kitchen sink, huh? Now this is pod
it was
racing.
actually Robert Downey Jr. and him together breaking in and just
Put me in blackface, will you?
Yippee.
You never go full retard.
But yeah, apparently he's feeling good about his mental health after 17 years of
People hating him as Anakin.
and getting a schizophrenia diagnosis.
Really? He's
Yeah,
schizophrenic?
Yeah,
Jesus,
Yeah.
the poor fucking dude.
I know.
That guy went through like all of the shit.
I know.
He did.
And like the only reason
and
is
then
because
he's schizophrenic, which sucks.
Yep.
yeah, but like the real problem here is that like Jar Jar should have gotten that shit. But like nobody knew what the actual actor looked like, so they couldn't like take their frustration out on him, so they had to take it out on the small child.
No, but if anyone should have gotten it, it should have been like the guy who wrote the dialogue.
It's George
George
fucking
Lucas.
Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
like
well, he did.
he
but-
did get shit for that.
Then
What's
they-
wrong? You don't like the Trade Federation?
Well, here's what they
you
did.
don't like the fucking now there are two of them?
Well, Will,
getting out of
You
hand.
mean the
It's
racist
okay.
Chinese stereotypes? I don't know.
Will.
We have to take the Jedi.
but Will, it's okay. He sold it. Now they made new ones, and they're way better.
Yeah, now they got black
They're
people in
way
it.
better.
Wait, no, they had already
They
had
solved
one. They already had
all
one.
of the problems.
Yeah,
There's
now-
no racism anymore.
Now
They
we
solved
cut out all the
racism.
gay.
I
Now we leave all the gay
Except
kissing
for
on the
American.
cutting room floor.
No. For American audiences, we'll still non-committedly watch them kiss for 1 second in the background.
Yeah.
And
the
then we'll
rest of
try
the
and make a
world, rest of the
real.
world.
I was thinking earlier and laughing to myself about like why, like how long is it going to be until we have a black Batman? Because like Batman's suit's already black,
no
right?
way.
I mean,
The
they
next
already.
decade. Within
It's
the
got
next
to
decade.
happen, right? And
Yeah.
then I was like,
Yes.
all right, but you make a black Batman movie, who's the villain? And I started thinking all of them in my head, and then I was like, it's got to be Scarecrow, because then you can make his real name Jim Crow.
Oh, no.
That's pretty good. That's pretty. I mean, I was just thinking, well, it'd just be Joker. He's white.
Yeah, he's white.
He's in the white
that was
makeup.
that was the first obvious answer.
Yeah, he's already the
Or
Dark
Penguin,
Knight.
because he's already big capital.
Ooh, yes, yeah. Make it Batman, but he's actually poor. He's like from the Bronx.
They're doing that in the new run of Batman.
Are
They're
they?
not making
Yeah.
him from the Bronx. They're just not making him rich.
Really?
He's now like an everyday guy.
Oh,
and he's
that's
built like a shit
He's
brick house.
fucking built like fucking Hulk.
Where's
he
where's
literally looks
from?
like the Hulk.
Where's he from?
Let me see.
Is he like from
I think he's
Houston
still
or
from
something?
Gotham.
No, I think he's from
Oh,
Gotham.
okay.
He's just like
He's just a
you know,
middle class person. His parents had normal jobs.
Yeah.
Like,
With that, how does
and I
Batman?
think his dad's still alive. Like only his mom died or something.
how
Well,
does
well, that
Batman
makes
work
sense. He wouldn't
out
have a butler, would he?
without money?
No.
And like Pennyworth was like
Yeah,
his
Pennyworth
dad
is-
figure, but now that he doesn't have a dad figure, he'd need a dad figure, so his dad.
He'd
stays
need an
out.
no, like
actual
Alfred
dad.
Pennyworth is around. He's like a mercenary from like the UK.
Wait. So what? Wait. No. What they're doing is Batman Beyond. They're just
No.
taking Batman Beyond and then doing it without it being sci-fi.
No, because it's still Bruce Wayne.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like still present day. They didn't jump everything into the future or anything. It's just an alternate universe.
I looked up
Okay.
Mew Batman.
Mew Batman.
Batman, but mewing.
Yeah. yes.
I'm sure
Batman,
there's a
but
significant
mewing.
amount of
Hell
that.
yeah.
Oh, God, okay.
Mewing Batman. Patrick, put up some mewing Batman photos. That's what we really need on this
It's
show.
just gonna be Patrick Bateman just doing, or Christian Bale doing the Patrick Bateman kiss. Oh, that's it. Hey, Patrick, edit the American Psycho like Patrick Bateman doing the kissy face.
Yeah.
But put the Batman hood over him.
I can do that.
Put the cowl on him.
I can do. Yeah. The whole one where he can't turn his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is
Absolute Batman.
the new Batman. Absolute Batman. Yes.
Mhm. That's when you're showing him.
Fucking. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know about
Oh,
this.
oh, oops.
Everybody
Thing
thinks
up
it's
there.
funny because his
There's that.
Batman
Yes.
thing on his chest is
It's
really
so huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah,
It's like
it
the
looks like a
joke.
big black
I'm
bar.
not. I'm
The
not a
bat-
fan of it.
Yeah, some of the designs a little bleh. But I don't
Superman's
hate it.
slightly different, but I don't remember in what way.
Superman.
Yeah,
They're
new-
doing an absolute line. You remember the what
Is-
was it? The
wait,
ultimate line in
hold
Marvel?
on. Yeah, I get it, but is the joke here that they're all absolute units?
No,
Is
I
that
don't
really
think
the
so.
No,
joke?
Superman's like a twink now.
Ooh, okay. Did you
Mhm.
watch the new Superman animated show?
I saw a
what,
little
Superman
bit
and
of it.
Lois?
Yeah, no, The Adventures of Superman, I think is what it's called.
No.
Yeah, it
It's
had the.
actually good.
Yeah, I watched like the first episode because it was on Adult Swim,
See, he's a
and
twink
I was just
now.
like, oh,
That's okay. I like that. He's hot.
You like twink Superman?
I always like
Yeah,
Super.
he reminds me of Dick-
Superboy.
he looks like Dick
and I mean,
Grayson.
look at Wonder Woman.
He
for
does look like
instance.
Dick Grayson.
Absolute Wonder Woman basically looks the same
She
with
looks the
different
best
clothing
in my
on.
opinion.
Like she
She has the best design. in my
doesn't.
opinion.
She looks the least different, I would say.
Yeah.
Like slightly different clothing.
What's Lois look like in the new Superman? Is she like the
know.
hot, like tomboy Lois? Because let's be honest, that's how we all really know anything about the new Superman show.
I mean, I do
She's
like
like-
I
the.
didn't spell this right.
Okay, because it's so dumb, Will accidentally put absolute Louis into his phone. And he got Louis the 14th from France.
So if anyone wants to know what absolute Louis is, it's Louis the 14th.
The sun, he's the Sun King for a reason, okay?
Yeah, it's just picture. I hope that's what Lois Lane looks like in the new Superman. Just looks like Louis the 14th. Patrick, I guess, put up a picture of Louis the 14th.
She got short hair.
Oh hell yeah!
She
all
looks
right.
like a Catwoman from the early 2000s. She looks. Oh,
Y'all
Serena.
jack off to Catwoman, the early 2000s Catwoman.
I could.
No, I mean, did you like y'all got
Probably.
that? Okay, yeah.
I
was
mean, it
gonna
wasn't
say,
like a go-to, but
No,
like,
but I could.
yeah.
yeah, I still could.
Like,
I did.
She
yeah.
wasn't the.
I
She
still
wasn't
could.
the.
I still.
Yeah, yeah,
She looks
I'll look
fine.
that shit up later.
I'm looking that shit up right now.
You talking
actually.
In fact, you're showing it
Are
right
you talking
now.
about
I'm sure of it.
Patrick, put it up on screen.
Wait. Which Catworm woman are you talking about?
Catwoman.
Catworm.
Personally, I'm a big fan of the Tylenol
Which is
version
this
of-
Catworm you're talking about?
I like the general clinical catwormer to my personally.
Patrick, put up some Rule 34 of Catworm.
No, Patrick, put it back down. Put it back down.
Put it up. Leave it there.
What?
Let me see it again.
Catwormer is a very different character. That's like one of those really
What if that was
shitty
a shitty
Silver Age
superhero?
Batman villains. You'll never get
Oh no, it's Catwormer. Ah!
She's just a giant syringe filled.
He's robbing the
Not
He's
the
running the
local cat
veterinary
cafe.
office of all their worming, dewormers and stuff. The cat wormer.
he's just a cat burglar,
What's
but he's
that
like
man doing
special.
to those cats?
Yeah, he's a cat burglar, but he has a syringe. That's it. It's just like a
Mayor, if you don't give me $1 million, I'm
you
gonna
watch
deworm
out-
your cat.
He's gonna shit everywhere for days.
The implication is that he's like he injects people and their penis falls off. He's the dewormer, dude.
Whoa,
Give me
she's
$1 million.
She ain't a fucking news reporter.
Who, Lois?
Yeah, she said this is Agent Lane, suspect in
Oh.
custody. She's like a fucking cop or something.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right. So you're gonna hate her.
So
Yeah.
wait, still, you never answered
She's
the
a class
question.
She's a
Traitor.
class traitor. Got it.
Are you talking about like the Catwoman from like the cartoon? Are you talking about the Catwoman from the
Movies.
Christopher Nolan movies, or are you talking about the Catwoman solo movie?
Yes.
Because there were 3 different Catwomen in that time period.
Yes.
Yeah, all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. It's fine.
Actually,
That's
I
actually
don't-
kind of a dumb question.
I
now
don't
that
know.
think
The
about it.
animated one doesn't look that good upon reflection. I don't really like. She's got weird fucking face.
Oh.
She got gay face.
I saw this
you
really
know what I'm
funny.
talking about?
Why would that be a problem for you?
I'm just saying, like, she's a woman. She don't need to have gay face. Like, gay face is a thing for men. She got
Okay.
gay face.
That's fair.
Oh, hey, they made Flash also a twink. Look at this.
Damn, that just actually looks like
Let me
just some athlete.
If you said that was a tomboy, I'd just believe you.
Yeah, of course. It's got a
Man.
strong jawline. That's Flash mewing, is what that is.
That's Flash viewing.
Is that
I
strong
don't know. I
jawline?
can't see that far, man. I don't
Let me
care.
see.
I don't care about the new fucking Flash. Who cares? The
Eh.
TV show sucked, and I'm not gonna live long enough to see this rest of this shit. So
Well, the
it's-
CW
Dude,
show
in
was-
Marvel Rivals, they're gonna release Reed Richards, and
you're
you'll-
playing that, right?
Yeah, you'll like him. Other than his hairline, he's pretty hot. He's like Kratos.
So
I've
it's
never
just-
played it.
Look up Marvel Rivals Reed Richards.
Squirrel Girl
So
is
Marvel
where it is
Riles,
for-
it's
a free
just
to
Fortnite
play.
with Marvel characters.
It's Overwatch.
It's Overwatch with Marvel characters, but it's free.
Isn't
Yeah.
Fortnite just Overwatch with
God,
no
no. It's
characters?
different genres.
God,
Oh,
no.
really?
Yeah,
Fort-
Fortnite is PUBG.
Fortnite
Oh,
is like a
okay.
battle
This is
royale.
an arena shooter kind of deal instead.
No, this is a hero shooter.
hero
Yeah.
shooter. Okay.
So it's like
What was the other
Overwatch-
thing that was fighting with Overwatch? It was Overwatch and
It's that thing that just failed, didn't it? What
no,
was
that thing came out and
turned
failed
British
immediately.
for a
There was
minute?
another
It was
thing
that
that was
thing, it just
competing with
failed, didn't it?
Overwatch.
Sometimes I do that.
Yeah,
No, it was the thing that
It
was
it
competing
started
with
when I started
Overwatch a
watching
lot.
Doctor Who, you know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
have no
remember
idea.
they had they had tons of stuff that competed.
Yeah,
with
but
Overwatch.
one that actually competed, not one that just existed at the same time.
I literally have no idea.
yeah, because
There was only like 2 things. There was Overwatch by Blizzard, and then there was
Paladins.
Paladins.
no.
That was MOBA, right?
No,
I mean, it would have to be
Paladins was
some-
a hero shooter.
What was Overwatch's main competitor? Deadlock.
The
No, that's
fuck
the
is
new. That's
Deadlock?
that new Steam one.
I
that
know.
they're
I'm like,
trying
no,
to-
that's not true
It's
at
not.
all.
It's not a competitor to Overwatch. It's not even that.
What is
great.
it? What am I looking at?
That's the new Reed Richards.
I don't like him.
What?
I don't like him.
Imagine him
see.
without the hair.
What do you mean? Imagine him without the hair?
Imagine
Why?
him bald. Imagine him bald.
Okay.
Hotter.
He just looks like Tomar from
I
Only
forgot.
Plays.
You don't like bears.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't like bears.
He gives me Kratos, but with hair.
Yeah, but I
I'm
don't
not
like.
seeing Kratos, but with hair, other than the
What?
fact that he has a full beard.
Big, bearded fuck.
He does not have
Make
the
him
same body
bald.
type as Kratos, man.
Rogue
I mean, they're
Company,
vaguely
Paladins,
similar,
and
but
X
He
Defiant
ain't got
are
no
the
Reed
3
Richards
games
body
that
type.
were
bro
competing
looks
with
like
Overwatch.
he was a military officer who was in shape
This is
before
what
he
it looks
came
like
here.
when he's in doing his power stuff.
That looks dumb.
That does look dumb.
Did you see that the judge ruled that Trump's hush money trial has to have a sentencing by GN?
Do you see that his sentencing isn't going to put him in jail, do him any probation, or
Of course
be a
not.
fine?
Of course not.
Did you hear
It's literally
that
nothing.
that trial is meaningless now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
did.
good. Then we can stop fucking talking about it.
No, we can keep talking about it.
Why?
Because
Yeah, you
it
got a
pisses
point.
Eric
Talk
off.
about like
Yeah.
all those things. Hey, I wish there'd be consequences for his actions. There aren't going to be. Okay, I had the
Okay,
conversation
yeah.
for
Did you
us.
see
Well,
the
Welcome to America.
Yeah.
Welcome
He's
to
not going to
America.
face any consequences.
I saw
Eric,
Blade
if we don't
Runner-
talk about it, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah,
Anything
because
else?
Will's just showing stuff on his phone.
Yeah, this is
I can't,
not
like-
effective.
Yeah, it's not.
Look at
It's
this.
just an, it's just a
Look at
visual.
this.
It's just a
Stop
visual
showing us
content.
pictures.
I don't even know what I'm supposed
That's
to get
the
out of
new
this.
Fantastic movie is coming out.
Fantastic Four.
Okay.
What about it? Are you excited about the
Do
new
you like
Fantastic
the
Four
Fantastic
movie?
Four?
Sometimes.
Are they gonna wait? No,
Because you don't normally talk about new Marvel things. Are you actually excited about a new Marvel movie coming out?
Fantastic Thor.
I think that it's interesting. I think the artistic direction they're going in is interesting.
I mean, I like everything
look at
Marvel
this.
comes out
I
with.
I think.
What is that? Just
Some of it.
concept art?
Bro, that's
That's
not
like-
going to be what the movie looks like.
Jesus Christ, you guys are tiring. No, what is fucking? What I'm
It's a
saying
neat
is,
picture, but that's been out for months.
I know it's been out for months. What I'm trying to say is, I think the artistic direction they're going with it is like this old. We're looking at like the '60s era's comics of shit, and not or like the Gold Age, Silver Age type of shit, where you just don't take it seriously. It's just a fucking adventure.
Yeah.
Instead of like trying to be the dark, gritty shit. Last
Yeah, the
3
Nolan
movies.
films.
Yeah, the last 3 Fantastic Four movies that have come out. That's not the Fantastic Four. They're just a bunch of fun. It's like the Jetsons. That's when you do
They
Fantastic.
belong in the
First two were
circus.
okay.
I
When you do-
understand.
when
The
you
third
do the-
one was hot garbage.
When you do the Fantastic Four, it's supposed to like it's almost supposed to feel like watching the Jetsons and like, oh, this is going to be the future. Ah,
Is that what Fantastic Four is?
to me it is at least.
I don't know
It's like
enough
this
about
just
them.
fantastical
I just
thing
know.
that's
I know
a fun
Doctor Doom
adventure.
came out of that, and the Doctor Doom rules. That's all. That's literally all I know about Fantastic Four. Is the Doctor Doom is like one of the best comic book characters.
They've had different
Him and Magneto.
Like they've had different things going on for them in the comics over the years, especially over different universes, but also over different writers
Yeah,
over the years. But as far as live action interpretations are concerned, and even really cartoon interpretations are concerned, there haven't been a lot of successes. I feel like they had a brief '90s cartoon.
Well, the Fantastic Four. I don't remember.
They did,
that.
yeah. That's because it's probably most noteworthy for that episode of the Spider-Man animated series that it crossed
That
over
makes
with.
sense. That makes a lot more sense.
There was also an Iron Man animated series that barely lived through its first
in
season.
my opinion, the Fantastic Four is like the most boring like superhero team. You've got a rock, fire, a stretch guy, and then an invisible woman.
Who also does
as
force
an
fields.
artist, you don't think you can just that's not like an infinite generating combo of storytelling?
No,
The
because
fuck?
it's a rock, some fire, an invisible bitch, and then a guy who can stretch his foreskin real long.
You're a poor artist.
I'm not an artist at all.
You
I
are
just
an
don't.
artist. You literally make art. Fuck off.
You think this podcast doesn't count as art?
I'm not even talking about this
You
podcast.
make other things too.
Yeah.
You are literally
Nah,
doing a
no, I
project
don't.
right now.
If
where
you're
you
not
are taking
doing
random
art-
songs
No.
and turning them into country songs.
Nah.
If
I've
you're
never
not
made
doing
anything.
art regularly, then you're like suicidally depressive. Like
that's what this show's about. This is the show that where you could just call me out for being depressed if I'm not making something.
I mean, it's not even like it's not even a particular dig at you or anything
No.
like that. It's just
My wife
you
just told me.
require a certain amount of attention to like be done towards creative pursuits.
I have to have I have to have ambition.
Mhm.
I have to have like an ambition, and I have to have a drive towards something.
And
then,
I have to have like quiet alone time. Everybody
and
needs
weed
something.
and weed.
It helps with the quiet alone time
It
part.
does probably help with the quiet alone time.
It's pretty conducive.
I
Yeah, and I just need the fall of capitalism.
yeah.
That's
I
just why
need
he's just going to
revolution.
slowly become more and more insane as time goes
Yeah,
on.
more extreme.
Obviously.
Because our two things are doable,
Yeah.
whereas his thing is a pipe dream.
He'll become like the guy
Well-
who ran over those people on New Year's.
yeah, exactly.
Let me. The fall of capitalism isn't necessarily a pipe dream. Just what he wants to happen afterwards.
It'll be cool.
Is
It'll
more
happen.
likely to not
We
happen.
might live through it. The fall of capitalism.
Not that I'm saying
Speaking
you're-
of which, I watched Blade Runner 2049 last night for the first time ever.
Oh,
That movie fucking rules. I don't know if you've seen it. I know Will's seen it because you complained about how long it was.
yeah.
And because it's 3 hours long.
So
but that,
long.
That movie fucking rules. And every time I see stuff like that, all I can think is like, Will would hate this world. I would be so happy. I love it. Every scene, I'm like, I just want to hang out there. And it's like this crowded bodega area where there's like a million people and prostitutes. And they're like his apartment hallway has like 50 people in it. One of them schizophrenic and screaming, and they've done graffiti all over his door. I'm like, my home.
So did you
That's
ever,
where I want to be. I want to spend my time there.
did you ever figure out if androids dreamed of electric sheep?
I did actually, and it's not actually sheep. It's just sheeple. That's what it is. So
Do you know that's the original title of the Blade Runner thing? In that?
no, that's
no,
iRobot.
that's the other one.
That's iRobot.
No. That's the one. Who was the one with Dexter as the main character?
Wait, Dexter's Lab or Dexter the Killer?
No. Dexter, as he was played
He's
by
the
Harrison.
smartest boy you've ever seen.
He puts blood vials in a box. What if Dexter's Laboratory was mixed with Dexter, the TV show?
No, fuck you. Stop, Eric. No, I just like he puts vials in a box. That's what the show's about.
Yeah, what if it was Dexter's
vials in a box?
The song ends there. It just cuts to a black screen. And Dexter's standing in his lab.
He's just like,
putting
the box
vials.
opens.
Yeah, he's putting vials in a box. The show's over. Yeah, it just cuts to credits.
Huh. He really does store liquid in glass containers.
I remember the show being so much better.
Yeah.
I don't remember this at all. It's like the Squidward suicide of Dexter's Lab.
Where was his mom?
Yeah, where was the hot?
Is that what that is like?
I remember the hot mom. I remember he like had a sister or something. I don't remember it being a 30-second clip.
And then the camera pans to Dexter's face, and his eyes are hyper realistic.
They're bleeding.
Blood.
They're bleeding.
You look it up on Wiki. It's like 3 seasons, 24 episodes each.
Yeah. Yeah, it's every episode he's putting different colored vials in the box.
And then it pans to his face, and it's hyper realistic, and his eyes are bleeding.
That's
the end of every episode.
Where's Mad Dark? I remember he had a bad guy.
Wasn't there a monkey and like some Justice League ripoff?
Yeah.
God, I love the laugh from that. Ha 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 ha! I used to do that as a kid. Just to do it.
Me too, dude. I think everybody did it.
Yeah, it was, well, addicting.
Really, we're all just replicants, and those were like those were
what
fake
movie
memories.
is Replicants from?
Blade Runner.
Oh, well, then I was right. That was the original name. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep was iRobot.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I know it is because people talked about it endlessly, and they were like, Will Smith should not be the character for iRobot.
Well, iRobot's like an anthology anyway. It's not like a single story.
You're an anthology, not a single fucking story.
Oh, maybe
Blade Runner.
Maybe
Yep.
I'm wrong.
Nope, it's Blade Runner.
What?
Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Blade Runner.
Thank you.
Really? Okay.
Yep, 100%.
Okay.
Why did Will find the opposite?
I don't know, but
The,
the film title was
inspiration
changed
for-
several times. Oh, that's why.
Oh, the inspiration for it?
It's worth noting that the inspiration for the movie iRobot was probably the book iRobot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
That
Like,
being
it's almost
said,
like the
though,
movie 2000 was inspired by the book 2000.
It's worth noting, other than the 3 principal laws of robotics, there is not a single goddamn thing contained
I'm
in
still laughing
the
about he
book
puts
iRobot.
files in a box. the energy of the Dexter's Lab opening, just he puts files in a box. Such a shitty like way to end the song.
I'm just obsessed with that.
I don't know. I just want to like, as a person now, I want to make that. I want to just make the song and see if I can recreate it in FL Studio and then just like make it shitty.
You want to make art?
Yeah, I do. I want to make art and not a shitty podcast where we talk about the news. What is Eric? Are you gonna go to Colorado and get the psychedelic treatments they're giving? They're giving out psychedelic like therapies in Colorado now.
They're experimenting with psychedelic
well, what do you
therapy.
mean by giving it out? Because
Like you can go
they're
to therapy
experimenting.
and take like peyote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're experimenting.
like-
with
Or
it.
acid or what's the big one that people actually use?
Whoa.
Not fentanyl.
A soccer-loving nun from Brazil tops list of
Psilocybin?
the oldest living person.
Hell yeah.
Nearly 117.
Damn.
Anyway, psilocybin's the mushroom one.
No, the one that people actually use, ketamine. People use ketamine
okay.
in therapy a lot because when you take ketamine, apparently, if you do things while you're on ketamine, your brain can actually rewire like traumas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like do a thing that scares you while you're on ketamine, it can make you not scared of it anymore or something. It's weird. Like people who are afraid of dogs will get like ketamine therapy and they'll be around dogs while on ketamine. And then it helps like, because all that is like immersion therapy, but the ketamine like actively helps your brain rewire faster than you would normally be able to do. So I think you should go and do that.
What am I trying to rewire?
I don't want to say it on the podcast.
Patrick,
That's your own personal traumas, but
Okay,
you know,
fair enough.
Relevant
your
to
relationship with your mom. Yeah, there you go.
relevant to you, Patrick.
Yeah,
RuPaul's Drag Race star.
RuPaul.
Vivini dies at age 32.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
What the hell
Oh,
happened to him?
her.
I said M. EM with apostrophe at the beginning.
Yeah,
which is
you're right.
short
That's-
for them.
Also,
Yeah,
it's
okay,
drag.
all right.
They're not necessarily trans, are they? It's just
No,
drag.
they're
I
drag
don't know
queens,
if
so
they're
they're
trans or not. Yeah, a
Like,
drag
from
queen
my
can,
understanding-
queens are generally
can be
he.
or not be trans.
Yeah, I was
it's
about to
not mutually exclusive to one or the other.
Oh, okay. So yeah, sad news of the sweetest soul James Lee Williams' death was confirmed this evening by publicist Simone Jones on social media.
Damn, probably an overdose or some shit.
Let me see.
Drag queens do a lot of drugs.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen
it's
this
like
person on
10%
YouTube.
straight men, like 20% transvestites, and then the rest are just gay men who like dressing like women.
Yeah, pretty much. But, I mean, like, watched Christina Aguilera as a kid and really were like, I want to put on all that makeup.
Yeah.
They
and
said we
quite
will
frankly,
not release
that's
any
fine.
further details.
Okay.
That's fair. It's private. Whatever.
Did you hear Biden's banning my water heater?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Biden put out a legislation to ban natural gas water
Well, they better
heaters.
be fucking paying for the replacements then.
They're not.
fuck you then.
They're not banning the like. It's not like fucking the ATF's gonna come to your house and be like,
Actually, it is. They're going to take your guns and your
Yeah.
water heater.
No,
Well, if they're
it's-
gonna
it's-
stop
they're not-
running
they're
gas
not
to my
making
house
anymore.
to use it,
Effectively,
then...
they're banning companies from producing.
From producing them,
Okay, so you
yeah.
just can't buy a new one.
Yeah.
Well, then that doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
By the time you'll need a new one, you can just buy an electric
I think that's
one.
what they'll do with guns. They'll just ban the manufacturer.
I mean, that's how you would effectively start.
Kira just
Yeah, if you wanted
learned,
to
like
do
last
that, yeah.
week while I was off work, she was like, wait, so like we give all this money to other countries. And I'm like, no, we don't give money to other, I mean, we do, but like
we buy things from other countries.
No,
sometimes,
other
but-
countries buy things from us. Like when people are like, we gave
Primarily
$2.6 billion worth of weapons to Ukraine, what we mean is we allowed them to buy $2.6 billion worth of weapons because we produce all the weapons.
Good ones, anyway.
Yeah, well, the argument, Kira was like, well, what's the argument like for that? Because that's like obviously abhorrent. And I was like, well, the argument for it is China and Russia would be happy to take our place.
Well, the argument for it is it makes our elites a lot of fucking money.
It does,
Also,
but
here's another thing it
we're not the
does.
only ones that make stuff.
Here's
so.
another thing it does, dude. It keeps all that wonderful war shit
Very
somewhere
far
else.
away. Well,
so
at
we
some point,
supply fuckloads of weapons to people that we like having wars.
And going too, because goddamn, we love to give.
We do, but we don't commit all the way into any one.
tell that to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Eric.
I'm sorry.
You remember that's where they
Do
produced
I
the
need
weapons
to pull
in
up the
Japan.
history of CIA direct involvement and shit?
I don't think you understood what I meant there. That is us putting a finger in every single motherfucker's pie. We don't have our entire army bearing down on any one country to achieve victory. That's not what we're doing.
I don't know.
I'm saying
We
we're
do have-
fucking with everybody all the time so that they're all fucking up and fucking
fighting
around
each
and
other.
fighting each other,
Yeah.
and no one ever comes to America
Except for that
us,
one
who
time they
fuck each
flew
other over.
planes over here.
I
But
mean,
that
you
gets
say
us really mad, and we'll end up firebombing 3 or
Yeah.
4
And
countries,
killing
whether
a
they
bunch
were
of
related or
children.
not, into the fucking Stone Age.
True.
So that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, you say we don't have our military bearing down on everybody,
Proud
but
to be
uh,
an American.
We don't have
We have-
all
we
of
have
our
a-
military focusing on any one target. No.
no.
This isn't, so we're not like big war at war with anybody. Like,
No.
it's all tiny proxy wars all over the place. I mean, we might be putting an insane amount of resources into it. I'm just saying that there's, like, who's the enemy?
I looked
Is it
in-
China? Because we're not going to war with them.
I looked into
Is it Russia? Because we're not going to war with them.
No, the enemy is whoever can, whoever.
Who
is
are we going
doing
to
the
war
most
with?
Successful. Who are we? Who are we? The U.S.
Currently going to
with?
war with, yeah.
Well, at the moment, whoever Israel is at the current time. So pretty much Syria, Lebanon, Palestine at the
in
moment.
Russia.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah, and we're bombing Yemen. So I would argue that we're at war with Yemen right now.
that's the thing is we're just like, we're not just all the way at war with anyone, really. We're just helping other people with other wars all the time.
Well, yeah, we're just not calling it a war. But I would say if
We're
Yemen,
in permanent war.
I would
Yeah,
say
yeah,
I would
we're
say if
perm-
Yemen bombed one of our cities, you would consider that an act of war, right?
Yeah,
even
sure.
even if the Yemen leader came out and said, no, that's not an act of war. That was just us.
A military
disrupt-
operation.
that was
A
us
special
disrupting
military operation.
some of America's
That's what you
capacity
do
to
to do
commit terror
war.
on us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I would say yeah, we're at war with the Yemen probably right now.
I looked into it, and Lockheed Martin
Yeah.
is not even in like they're not even in the top 50 like biggest like companies. They're like the biggest weapons manufacturer.
Yeah.
But they don't like they're not even in the top 50 companies.
No.
Which is weird because you'd think they would be, because like, you know, America, we make the guns. We make the guns, we make the missiles, we make the drones, we make the stuff, and then we sell it to people. And you would think that would be like our number one thing. You know what our number one company in America is? Due to via tax returns, how much money via income and how much they paid on income tax is how this was rated. So like how much money they brought in and then paid back was
on record
was Apple. Apple is our number one company.
That makes sense.
Yeah, communications tech.
Which is weird. No, it was weird to me because I was like, Apple sucks. Like, yeah. But like,
I know that, but most of the country.
Well, you also got to remember, like Lockheed
sucks.
Martin isn't a internationalist like country. We only, like, as far as I'm concerned, Lockheed Martin only deals with American government, and then the American government decides who else gets to deal with Lockheed Martin.
Yes, correct.
Apple gets to deal with everyone.
There was the second one,
and
though,
they don't
was
have any oversight.
The second one was the really interesting one because it was a company I had never heard of. I don't even remember their name. It was such a like ghost of a company that I was like, who the fuck are these people? And then I looked into it, and you know what they do? They build the machines that build the weapons. They build machines for Lockheed Martin and all of these like companies.
They build industrial tools.
Yeah, they build industrial tools that make missiles.
Makes sense.
Did you know
or
America
guns.
can't make bullets?
Why not?
We don't have the rare resources in order to do it.
Well, we don't have
ironic.
resources to make the real good ones.
The last
copper specifically is a big one.
Yeah, the last specifically copper mine and that was for that went out. Went out in like World War II.
I feel like Trump's one of those guys who's like, we're going to start mining copper again.
That's why we don't have none.
Yeah, you can't squeeze blood from a stone. And
we used it all.
Well, that's why I'm afraid that squeezing blood from a stone has been his political like maneuver his entire presidential career.
We import most of that shit from
Africa,
Canada, I want to say, actually.
There's a couple places you can get copper, but
China, funnily enough, has a lot of rare resources.
China has a lot of copper, and the fact that they've been overhauling their industry over the past like 60 years means that they have just been eating that shit up for like wires and shit like that, and ammo.
What's your opinion
That's
on
why
him
gun
wanting
nuts
to
want to reload ammo. They save their brass shell casings and shit, and they'll try and reload it. Because,
what are you guys' opinion on the on Trump wanting to mine oil out of Alaska? Because like he's like of the opinion that like we could use it as like negotiation. Well, he's of the opinion you could use it as a negotiation tool for like getting resources that we don't have. Because it's something we do have.
The problem with that is that we're already under Biden. We already switched to a using American resources first system of like we are using our like most of our natural gases right now in order to bring down the cost of like
that why
oil.
He's banning natural gas water heaters?
I don't know. It's probably just because he's trying to score points with environmentalists.
He could be old.
But like the thing about
there's no way he's trying to score points with environmentalists, but also wants to rip Alaska up from the fucking.
No, we're talking about Biden now.
Oh, are we talking about Biden?
Biden?
What I'm saying is that basically. I already lost what I was trying to say.
That's okay. We're an environmentalist podcast. I think the message is clear.
We're an Aquafina loving.
The only reason
Aquafina, yes.
Oh yeah, no, that's what it was. The reason gas is still like $2 to $5 depending on where you live or whatever is because Russia and the Middle East, who also control a significant amount of fossil fuel resources in the earth, both decided, hey yo, if America's gonna fuck us, we're gonna raise the prices, and so that's why like. Even though we're using American fossil fuels and whatnot, we can't just bring down the prices like to $1 or whatever, just because that's just not how that's not how global economy works. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, Republican fucks. That's not how
you could, like, the idea
works.
for Trump is, right, like, he wants to basically remove us from the global economy.
Yeah.
That seems to be, like, his goal.
Which
he wants to
crash the
Brexit
economy.
America.
Yeah, he wants to Brexit America, basically.
Yeah, which is going to crash the economy.
It'll crash the copper economy for damn sure.
Globalism, believe it or not, is good for economies.
Are we a globalist podcast?
I'm a globalist.
I am.
I am too. Goddamn, we're a
Guess
globalist
we are.
podcast.
Yep.
We are the NWO.
It's like
we're the New World Order.
Yeah. Well,
we're here
I thought
to
it was
eat your
something else.
babies and fuck your god.
I thought the end.
Definitely fuck your god. I've seen some hot ass gods.
I thought the end stood for something else. I don't know if I want to be in this anymore.
No.
Globalism, I get it. It's like you're always going to have people. It's people. people are going to disagree with each other and get in fights. And globalism is this idea that for some reason we're all going to be able to get along. And like the hope is that sure, that'll happen eventually. But like the only way that's going to happen is like if like capitalism gets to the point to where it becomes like one company owns an entire nation and then another company owns an entire nation. And those two companies are like, yeah, let's work together. Like it'll be like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
It would
Instead
have
of invasions, you'll just have hostile takeovers.
Yeah, it'd be like Cyberpunk.
Yeah. I mean,
God damn, I want to live in that world, dude. I just want that globalized world where like, you know, I got to do crime to make money and like my girlfriend does a lot of drugs, but we can also like jack ourselves into the net and like jack off with other people. That's what you call like if you're jacking into the net, you'd like hang out with other people, right?
I think if they made a pod, like a pod thing that you just hook your like penis to and like it takes shits and piss for you and like an IV to you.
I hope it wouldn't take shits out of my dick, but
and then put like a
we're
box,
back on the last episode.
put your
you
VR,
put that up on the presidential debate stage.
Put a VR on your head. I bet you'd live in that for like 30 years.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? Like,
I mean,
hook me up to
whatever
the Matrix,
the end
dude.
of my
I'm fine with
natural
it.
lifespan is, I guess.
I mean,
yeah.
if they came out tomorrow and was like, "Hey guys, we invented the Matrix. We're taking volunteers."
The weird part is like Eric's right, or what he said earlier is like, yeah, if you're not making art, you're suicidally depressed. And I'm like, I want to live in the Matrix, and then I'd get in the Matrix. I'd be like, everything I make is useless and doesn't mean anything, and then I'd get suicidally depressed again. It would be like the worst scenario for me.
Oh, have you seen that new show that came out?
Maybe I just want to be a criminal, Will.
Yeah.
You ever considered maybe that's all I want? I just want to like.
I think that's just a call out of your tired. You know, you're basically tired of capitalism pressing you, so you want to be an outlaw. To
Also,
break
I
the
just
social
don't
contract.
have feelings. I don't have feelings, and I don't feel bad about breaking the law.
Yeah.
And, you know, like
most oppressed people don't.
I'm a psychopath. I don't have like that.
Not oppressed people in communist countries. Those people never say anything
so
bad
happy.
about their country.
They're happy and they never steal.
Or at least I assume they don't. There are people with bullet holes in their heads in the sides of the streets here and there, but you know.
Yeah.
Everyone I talk to says that they're really happy through tears.
Communism's
and gritted teeth.
big government, right? Like that counts as big government.
I think that would be the biggest government.
Communist is when communism specifically is when you're a stateless, classless.
So
society.
yeah, you don't have government, but like communism as it works
is when the government is controlled by the proletariat.
So like modern day, the closest we can get to communism, like China, is like that's big government. So I think the reason that I have any like
really,
desire to live in a world where that would be is just because I'm just ambitious. Like big government means like a lot of opportunity in government, which means that I can do stuff in government, and then it gives me like something to strive for. So like I don't know. I was talking to my boss, who's a libertarian, who wants to come on this podcast and argue with Will, which is funny because he's like a good-natured dude, and he has a sense of like humor like
I've met
we
him,
do.
right?
Huh?
I've met him.
Maybe. I mean, you
Pretty
did
sure
some
I
stuff
have.
with us. He's the one with the curly hair
I
and
think
like
I've
the
met him.
graying beard.
Yeah.
But he every time he sees me and I'm like, yeah, I got to do the podcast, or I say anything about the podcast, I'm like, tell that communist fuck I still want to talk to him. Like he just won't let it go. He wants to do it so bad because he just I don't know. He thinks it's funny.
I mean,
he wants
guess.
to.
I mean, it's a little funny.
It is a little funny.
I mean, I think we're trying to be at least a little funny.
I can't imagine. No, that's not what we're doing here. We're trying to be racist. Funny is just a
No,
byproduct.
you're trying to be racist.
you're
I'm trying to be funny,
racist.
and Will is trying to
Spread
promote
propaganda.
communism.
Yeah, God, what a show. That's not.
I mean, it's an interesting mix.
You
I
remember
mean,
when Niall told me, because like we did the episode with Niall. He told us.
Yes.
Like you got here like right after work, and so did I, and we immediately went into doing it with Niall. So I was wearing a suit, and you looked like you just got out of a dog kennel.
Yes.
And he was like, "What the fuck is this?" He was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Yeah, our show's fucking weird. I wear a suit to work. He works in a dog kennel, and the other guy works in a factory." And he was like, "Well, there's your fucking show, man. Like, just make the show where you wear a suit all the time. Get a camera. You're the guy who wears the suit. He's the guy that's covered in dog shit all the time. And then you've got like an extremist. Like, that's all you need.
And a political extremist.
Yeah, like
yep.
a political extremist. Like, there you go.
I mean,
I like
It is
that
kind of a good
somehow
setup.
he works in a factory. Oh, he's an extremist.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like,
well, you know damn well that that's just the second sentence about you that it belongs in the description there.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, you know, sentence one, real salt of the earth, works in a factory, sentenced to total communist extremist.
Yeah, or possible KKK member and like is kind of a Nazi. I mean, people who work in factories.
Well, to be fair, he used to be a zealot.
People in factories have strong opinions. That's a true statement.
Yeah, exactly. Like
factory workers have strong opinions. That's an absolute.
Yeah. That's every time.
It's it's
always the second sentence. It's
gonna
be he works in a
are...
factory and he talks about the porch monkeys. Like that's your old boss. Like that's such a Mississippi factory guy too.
Ooh.
Are farmers like that too?
I got to tell somebody that story over Christmas.
Did you?
I said, I actually know a guy who completely innocently did not know like what porch monkey meant. And I explained to them like the grease monkey setup where it's just like he literally thought it was a variation of the same thing. He thought this motherfucker was a midnight carpenter.
Yeah,
like
that rules. That rules,
and
dude.
And then they were just like, did he say it around black people? And he's like, I don't remember if it was specifically black people.
I'll tell you, yeah, I have.
I don't think he called.
Oh my god!
Like I don't think he was calling them a porch monkey in the moment, but like
no,
it was something where like
I've mentioned it like
someone came by.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next time Al comes on the show, can you like just call him a porch monkey and act like you don't know what it means?
No, because now I know what it means.
Actually, no,
it feels weird.
I think he already does know that you had that bit.
It's kind of like I can't say the N-word outside of like the proper context. Like I don't like saying it.
Yeah, anywhere
feels
that's
weird.
not this show.
Like no,
you can say it on the show as much as you like, and you do, and I have to cut it out all the time. But anywhere else, you can't say it. The proper context is important.
I know. Yeah, I wish Eric would wait until we got a little famous before he started dropping it.
Yeah, for real.
Everyone knows you got to get at least 1 million subscribers.
Stop, Patrick. Bleep that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, look. At least let's get silver. Let's get the silver YouTube button.
Yeah, what are we gonna do with that? Should we cut it? If we get one of those, should we just cut it?
What do you mean? We'll put it like right there.
No, we'll cut it into 3 and everybody can get one. I'll just cut it into 3 and everybody gets a third of it.
As that racist carrot once said.
Bleep it again.
Jesus Christ. Fucking Eric. God damn.
With the racist carrot line.
Yeah, that's his big line. That's the one he always says.
Always has the racist carrot line.
Catchphrase. Laugh into your microphone, you fuck. Don't laugh into the air. People can't hear you.
I want them to hear me laugh.
I like that character. The guy who's always
it's a racist carrot who says one word.
No, I like okay, yeah.
That's a real skit on YouTube, by the way.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I thought
that's a reference to something. I did not make that up.
I thought I was just saying
10
I was
points
actually
to the house
referencing
that finds it.
That word was not like made up on YouTube.
You hear
that was
that?
like from like the I don't know what year they came up with the N-word, but that was way before YouTube, Eric.
You hear that, YouTube comments? 10 points to the house who figures out where that reference is from.
Okay, well, it's like the word negro just means black in Spanish, and then it just kind of went down the line until it became a slur.
I don't know if your Mexican accent was good enough for me to not have to bleep that. So go ahead, Patrick, go ahead and bleep
the bastardization of it in English is just negro, which is neither a bad word nor a good word. It's just an archaic word.
I figured, I went to my ex's, like my ex who was black. I went to her family's house, and then like my man, her dad was like a Black Panther or something, and like a Freemason. So he was throwing around the word Negro like every 3 sentences, and 15-year-old me did not know how to react. I thought I was like, damn, I didn't know if I should like. I didn't know if he was cool for doing that, or if he was doing a racism.
It's like, this might sound dumb, but I noticed you've been using certain words a lot while we were sitting here, and I was wondering, does that mean I can say them?
Yes,
or like, do I
have to use the hard R version? Like, is that specific to me, and that's the one that you get? Like, do I have to, like, if I'm talking every 3 sentences, do I get to pull the full thing out?
Remember, if it ends in a vowel,
is that our relationship?
Might be okay.
Yeah.
If it ends in a consonant, you're probably going to have to leave the consonant.
That's what he said. He said, I'll give you the soft A. You can do the soft A, and that's all right. And then he dabbed me up and said, thanks for fucking my daughter. And
he gave you a card and said, this is your official card that you have to pull out every time you want to say the soft A. So that way they understand.
That
it
drive
just says
back.
the pass on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude. I made those cards for you guys one time that said, like, do you still have it? He still got it in his wallet. That's sweet.
Oh, he's such a sweet little boy.
Sweet little boy. Will's got his N-word pass card that I made him. and he's going to show it to Eric.
It was a nasty-ass duct tape-looking wallet.
It looks good. I think it's beige, actually.
Bruh, this is actually made from old cement holders.
You lost me.
It looks like recycled material.
Yeah, it's recycled material from South America.
All right, but show him your inward pass.
Fancy.
It used to have an elephant on it.
See, his garbage is fancy.
Yeah, like any true communist, I get garbage and I turn it into good stuff.
It kind of sucks because I should have thought about it.
Oh,
I made those cards because I had access to the card. You do have it.
Is that laminated or is it not?
No, it's just straight up a card. It's like
we tried using it to open a locked door, so it got a crack in it.
Did it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so it is. That's why I was wondering is if it was paper or not.
No, it's driver's license material.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I had access to one of those at like an old job. So I made all my friends cards, and that's why
I feel like you'd have gotten in trouble with the boss if they knew that you were wasting that material.
Yeah, they would have been pissed. They would have been real pissed.
Who fucking cares?
Yeah,
I remember
for real.
people used to always fuck with the label maker when I worked at the movie
you
theater.
Hear what my boss did that pissed me off.
Go ahead.
Did they mess with the label maker?
He voted for Trump?
Yeah, probably. But check this out. So before during the Christmas break, they have us come in on like Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And fucking count inventory.
Yeah.
And the way we have to count inventory is so goddamn needlessly so strict. It's fucking we separate all the furniture into like countable rows basically.
Jesus.
And then we go up and down every single row, counting it all. We have to, one person takes that and then puts it on a piece of paper, signs their name. You have to do that 3 times.
Yeah.
It's a 3-step fucking verification. So it's fucking right. It's right. There's no way it's wrong.
And he made you redo it?
No. So then the next day they had a bean counter come in and that motherfucker counted like 8 things and said, good enough, let's go home.
Jesus.
I don't give why the fuck are they paying that motherfucker any goddamn thing if I have to come in and do his motherfucking job and then be checked 3 fucking times? If you already have such a stringent goddamn verification system, why the fuck are you paying someone all that money and not giving us a goddamn Christmas bonus?
So he was like was he like from corporate? He was like just some dude in a suit?
Probably the fucking boss's best fucking friend who needed a new jet ski or some shit.
Yeah. They paid him $40,000 and they said, you know what? We would just pay you once, and you come in here
and
and
the biggest bitch
count the sofas.
Is the motherfuckers gave us a $25 Walmart gift card for all the goddamn profits we've earned them this year, the millions of dollars we earned them this year. And you know what they did with all the money they did? Oh, they sent all 3. Like I know one of the bosses sent all 3 of their kids to a $20,000 each summer camp.
Dude, one of my bosses recently went to Disney World with
you want to see me
himself.
get on some communist shit, get me talking about my fucking job for sure.
My boss, the CEO, took his whole extended family to Disney World. And I was like, dude, I can't afford to go to Disney World by myself. Like, if it was just me as one human being, I wouldn't be able to afford it. How are you taking 12 people to Disney World?
Because he's taking your labor profits.
Yeah, well, it's because he makes an extremely gross amount of money.
And how's he do that?
By being able to talk to politicians, I guess. I don't know.
Whoopee.
Yeah, I should have been a fucking lobbyist.
You should have been born in the right family.
God damn, you're right.
Why weren't you born rich, Patrick? Go be born richer.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? I was born rich, and we're not rich anymore. So
you fucked it up. It's your fault.
It was all me. Yes. Yeah, actually, that's what ruined our economic situation.
You should have had a better skull.
My parents were like, you know what? We've got enough money to have a baby. Pop comes the baby, and I started just spending that money like wild.
If you look at Patrick's skull, he's got those dimples in the back.
To make you subservient. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's Eric's favorite thing to do is measure heads.
He's measured my skull.
I know. He's measured mine too. Honestly,
he said mine was impressed for someone so savage.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, once he revealed he was Native American, I had to know.
Okay.
He said it was impressive for someone as
I said he's a real.
Was there any tell of the communism?
He's a testament to his people. I think is what I said.
Well, you said that due to Indo.
He said you're one of the good ones.
European colonialism and Native American community structures. He said he could tell I was going to be a socialist.
Okay, that makes sense. So he said you're basically you're a prime specimen.
He said it was in my blood, effectively. Yeah.
Okay,
it was like. It was.
I'm always so amazed what you can find out by measuring a skull.
I know, it's amazing.
It's kind of what did you say mine said about me?
Gay.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That actually
Three dimples of submissiveness also means gay, by the way.
Yeah. If you've got the two, that's more like, the old school
it also means you're
slavery
beta.
things.
Yeah,
but if you've
okay.
got three, that means you take it in the ass.
Yeah, all right, that makes sense.
See, alphas
The
have
Greeks
one
be
dimple.
walking around with holes in their head.
They do.
They got them 3 holes.
They've known this for
Dude.
thousands of years,
Yeah,
man. This is
actually.
not
Man.
new science.
They
Are
were
these-
able to measure the diameter of the Earth by looking at the sun and know if a man was gay by measuring his head. The Greeks were, they had it all figured out.
Are these headphones hurting your ears?
Yeah, eventually they do after we do 2 episodes.
Hurts my ears.
I mean, the reason is because I think we're over time.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, we're 12 minutes over time.
Whoa.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa, you know what that means?
Whoa.
Whoa!
That technically we've been exercising our ears.
Yeah, that's right. You want to know what we can do, dude?
We can close our ears for 2 hours at a time.
Yes!
We can glue our balls to our butthole.
Yes!
We can start the revolution.
Yes!
We can start funneling sand
end
into
the
our
show.
ear
The
holes.
revolution.
Wait, yeah, but hold on, we have to do the outro first, and then we can start
Oh,
the
okay.
revolution. Here,
Yeah.
we'll hold up. Here's a gun. That can be yours, Eric. Give Eric.
I've still got
too.
one, remember?
Oh yeah, you've got one, and
Yeah.
mine's right here. Well, this has been the AnythingCast. Thank you for listening. I'm Patrick.
All right. I'm Eric.
I'm Comrade Will.
Yeah. You still got that list of CEOs?
Yeah, I can go out of the truck.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.